Okay, so well, welcome. I'm like, I cannot believe it's March 22nd. It's the end of March. I feel like March is going faster than February did, and February only has 28 days. So before I get a talking about our topic tonight, which is all about the fit, I want to do some reminders. A, are you registered for Bravo? If you're not, get registered for Bravo. That's in August. It's, I think, the 17th through the 20th, if I did the dates right. So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Make sure you're registered for that. That is going to be our first time together since 2019. And anybody that has been to Bravo before knows how it really does boost their business, boosts their confidence, gets you meeting other fit stylists from around the country and building relationships. I also want to remind you, March Madness is about the 100 no's. And I think Jennifer had posted that she thought this was going to be easy, and it's actually hard because she keeps getting some yeses on getting some fittings. So that's the whole goal. Let's not be afraid of the no. So what if someone says no? Move on. I'm like, and then sometimes you have to ask, like, who do you know? Instead of maybe you're not interested. And I also love that people said, oh, they want to book for April or May. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You didn't get it in March, but you're getting it for April or May. But it's about putting yourself out there and working your business. If you touch your business every single day and you contact, 3 to 5 people a day for 5 days a week, you'll be surprised at how your business really grows. Okay, because it's all about the new customer. We all have existing customers, but you always want to keep building on the new customers. Don't forget, you don't have to get 100 no's. Does everybody know that? You don't have to have 100 no's. You can have 10 no's, and then you get to go in that drawing for some really great giveaways. So I'm asking for 10. Give me 10 no's. Give me 10 no's, girls. That's it. Like, but we got to pick up the phone. This is, believe it or not, our friend. She's our friend. Okay. I also love seeing what people have been doing with Manny drops and what they're hearing from people by doing their Manny drops. I think it was Kim went out and I found her, we were texting back and forth, and we found these like just white boxes that she could put in to put your information into it, like a box to, put your information in, and she would just go pick up the box from the business. Turned out really cute. She put them on Bra Ladies to Know. If you haven't seen that, it was Kim Maroney. I'm pretty sure that is the one that posted that. I just had a lady, let's see, what did Ian say? I just had a lady at an event tell me they could host a party because they didn't know me. She texted me back the next day wanting to host a party. Yeah, because all of a sudden you start talking to people, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, you know what? They thought that sounded like a really great idea. Yeah. And it's just, don't be afraid of the no. I mean, that is just.
I always say the worst, they're not going to hurt you. The worst thing somebody can say is no. Like, I don't want to, like, okay, move on.
Move on. Yeah. I mean, it's okay, but then you just keep going and you'll be surprised. And I always try to call the people that I know for sure will say no first, because if I call Anne first, because I know she'll say yes, and she says no, it's gonna like kind of bring me down. So I just try to go to the ones that I don't think will book with me first. So make sure you're doing the Manny drops. Make sure that you're out there kind of promoting in your community. Shireen did something that I thought was really cool. She called a wedding show, like a wedding, like a wedding expo thing, which those are not typically great events for us to go spend money to be at. But she knew the person who was presenting it or putting it on, the promoter of it. And she called her and said, hey, can I do a Manny drop and just collect information? And the lady was like, absolutely, bring it on over. She got a ton of leads from there. And then she called them and told them that they won, a bra makeover for 5 ladies, So it does work. You just got to put yourself out there, and it builds yourself in your community. And again, it's building your customer base. I keep saying this over and over. Amazon isn't just stopping at its gazillion members. They're asking for more members. Nobody stops saying, oh, I don't want any more customers. No more customers. Don't come to me. I can't take any more. No, you always want to keep building your customer database. Making sure you're working for Costa Rica, making sure that you're working for Pump Your Team Up, a way that you can earn special perks for Bravo, ways that you can earn, covering your costs for Bravo too. I mean, we have some great incentives out there. We have some of the best incentives out there. And then finally, this is probably one of the most important things. And I'm probably talking to the wrong people because you guys are all on this call with me. Yeah, I probably am talking to the wrong people because you guys are all engaged in this call, the Success Series. But I'm going to talk to everybody else. And if you could help me, put it out to everybody else. Get engaged. Talk to your upline leader. Get to your team meetings. Anne hosts her team meeting is it the first Monday of every month, Anne? I think that's what you do, right, Anne? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like drawing a blank.
I'm on mute. Yeah. First Monday of every month. And if it's really, really late in the month, I might do like the 30th of the previous, but yeah, first Monday of every month.
Yeah. So make sure that you are participating in those. Make sure that you're engaging in those and also encouraging others to join in. So I think that's like really important. So I wanted to talk today about the fit. As you guys know, I'm not asking you guys to do something that I'm not willing to do. So as you know, Kate and I have been out promoting Essential Body Wear as well. So I've been out doing fittings this past year, you guys, and I'm hearing what you guys are hearing. And how many of you guys have fit somebody in the Abbey and they look absolutely amazing? And you're like, nailed it. And they're like, oh, it's just so much. I don't know. And they start like touching their boobs and they're like, oh, it's really tight. I don't know. How many of you guys have had that? Raise your hands.
Carrie, can you please mute people? Because it's really difficult to
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hang on one second. Mute all. Okay, so if you want to unmute, you're going to have to hit yourself to unmute. Okay. Okay. But we've all had that, right? Where they're just like, I don't know, it's really tight. It's really, uncomfortable. And that happens often. And then another thing that happens, how many times have you measured somebody and she's like a dead on 32 and she's like, oh, I wear a 36D or 36C or something like that. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm measuring you as 32. And so you know that if you put them in the 32, what are they going to have? A heart attack?
Yeah.
They're going to be like
back fat.
Oh, they're going to have a heart attack because I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I mean, I swear to God, I've seen it all in the past year.
Yeah. I tell them, let's split the difference at a 34.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Split the difference.
That's exactly what I do. I'm like, I literally say, if I put you in the 32, you're going to hate me. You're really going to hate me. So let's put on the 34 and let's see how it goes. And even then, yeah.
Sometimes, just real quick, sometimes I've noticed that people that have the large breasts, let's say they are a 32, but they're a 32F and the 36D is what fits them in the store. So that's why they're going up so much in the band size, because of the cup to be fitting inside it.
That is exactly right.
I explain that to them and I'm like, whenever you get the correct band that's going to hold your breast tissue up, then it's filling up properly in an F cup instead of a D cup. I said, and at the store, you can't get that.
Yeah,
so it makes them more willing. Yeah.
Well, because a lot of the stores don't carry all the sizes, right? So, and by the way, I did a survey of all of our customers last year, right before our virtual Bravo. And it was anybody that placed a shopping cart order. I just wanted to see their experience. I wanted to find out where they shop at. I wanted to find out a bunch of stuff about them. And I was really surprised that the majority of them bought their bras before us at Victoria's Secret. I was, for whatever reason in my head, I thought, oh, they did Kohl's or JCPenney's or, something, but didn't expect the Victoria's Secret answer being like the number one answer. I figured Third Love. By the way, Third Love there was like one person. I mean, it was very, very minute. But Victoria's Secret, and it's funny because I hear Kate say that same story to the customers, and then all of a sudden the customers start lining up around her, and she explains to them that Victoria's Secret only carries like their main sizes that they have. So they sister size you basically in whatever they have in the store. So if you're a 32F, which would be a 34E, which would be a 36D, and that's why they're in the 36D instead of the 32F. And they're like, oh, but they're like, F sounds so big. And then that's when she's like, remember what I said about the 36D? D doesn't sound so big. Your band just got bigger. The cup is actually the same cup as that. And that's actually where the education of showing your cups, of showing them that this is the same cup that's used on all these different bras. It really kind of helps explain that to somebody, because a lot of times when I'm fitting somebody, you have 10 minutes to fit them, and they have so many questions because they've been wearing the wrong size bra. And to me, ultimately, when I say it's all about the fit, but it's also all about what the customer wants too, right? She wants to be comfortable. And if she's not comfortable, what's going to happen? She's going to return it, or she's going to complain about it, and she's going to call you. So, I mean, we do offer the extenders. I do offer that. But then you have that person that is just like, I don't know. And I love this one, how they touch the cup and they're like, I'm not filling it out, but yet like they're completely filling it out up here. And I'm like, no, you are. You're just
Oh
touching.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, the Abby
like
is.
Poke their
Pretty
breasts. Like, yeah, I'm not in here. I'm like, oh no, you're in there, all right.
Oh, I do too. I'm like, literally, I'm like, stick your finger down there. They touch this, they're like, I'm not in there. And I'm like, but yet they're bubbling out up here and they're down here. And I'm like, I go, do me a favor, just stick your finger down there. And you can see that that is your breast tissue. It's a molded cup. And so I think if I got this correct, we use 6 layers of foam. I'm pretty sure that's what we use. We use 6 layers of foam. Those layers and layers of those 6 layers of foam go into a mold, like I'm going to say it like this: the male and then the female piece comes down and it molds the cup, and it goes down for 1 minute and 25 seconds, I think. And so then it melts those layers of foam to give us our molded cup. Okay, that's how that's how most molded cups are made. So I try to explain that to them. And again, you have 10 minutes, right? When you're working with a customer, while you're because you're busy, you're trying to get the next person in. And of course you get the next person like, I want to be next. And so you're trying to kind of, fit them, get them understanding it. But then you get that one that no matter what you say, I don't know, it's really tight, and it fits. I'm sitting here and I can pull the band out, 1 to 2 inches, which is usually what I want to get, right? 1 to 2 inches. And then I, rub my fingers right here and I'm like, no, it fits you just fine. Doesn't matter what I say. She doesn't like it, right? But you know how great she looks. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about the Sally bra. And I saw that Jessica had registered, but I don't see her on here. Jessica is the #1 sales rep in the company that sells the Sally bra. And I'm like, I literally wish I could get her on to talk about this. We have different style bras because not every bra is meant, Abby is not meant for every person. Do we all agree on that? Yeah. We offer different styles to be able to, but I will agree with you guys. I start everybody out in the Abby because that's what's in my kit. That's what's in my kit. And then I do have samples of the other things, but I don't carry around a full kit of Sally's or Chrissy's or Hadley's, or I carry a few of the sizes, but I don't carry all of them. Okay.
And the Sally's nice, but it's not the Abby. It doesn't pull you in with that muscle fabric, doesn't pull that side boob in.
You're right. It doesn't have the muscle fabric. And that's the key piece that we're going to talk about tonight.
Because but you know what it does have? It has for women, and I did several Sally's yesterday, several. Mm-hmm. What I did notice is the lady was very short from her shoulder to her, to the straps. And, she says she just tightens all of her straps up on any bra that she has. I tried it on the Abby, and she had, I dropped her down from the 34 to a 32, which gave her a little bit more strap. So she still had 2 inches of strap. But then I put her in a Sally, and because the Sally strap comes this way to tighten,
Yep.
she had about 6 more inches when it fit her. And I was like, that's the first I've ever noticed that, because I've never even had that thought process. But that's just the thing. If anybody is short here to here, that's going to be a go-to for me now, is the Sally.
And you know what's so funny? The lady that I just recently fit last week, she was short too. And she was a 36E. And I mean, she looked absolutely amazing in the Abby. I will give her that. She looked amazing. She just wasn't happy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have you try on the Sally. She immediately, I adjusted the straps like you did too. I immediately put it on her, and she's like, oh my, and she, by the way, Anne, she looked just as good in the Abby. Like if I showed you the pictures that I wish I had the pictures, but her before and after in both of them, she looked exactly the same. And she's like, this is comfortable. She's like, this feels like it was meant to be. Like, I mean, it was just that super comfort feeling. And it's sometimes we have to listen to what the customer is saying and kind of go, okay, but what bra would work, for her? I mean, for little ladies that are smaller cup, I usually put them in the Hadley or the Peyton, but I usually go to the Hadley because I'm like, I know as soon as I put them on the Hadley, they fall in love with it. But that's going to be for another call. We're talking about Sally tonight. So I want to share my screen. So give me a minute. I kind of put together a little document just to kind of talk about the Sally so that everybody kind of understands about what the spacer fabric is and why this bra really is truly remarkable. So it's made out of, it's named Sally because Sally was the first female to go into space, okay? And so we named it after that. But the spacer fabric is not new to the intimate apparel industry, but it is newer technology, and it is constructed different than a molded cup. So our version is our Sally bra, and it's the spacer fabric. What is a spacer bra, and why do I need one? Well, spacer bras are very lightweight. They're an alternative to usually a padded bra or a molded cup. The difference lies within the fabric. It's all about the spacer fabric. It is created very differently than regular foam, as I explained to you how our 6 layers of the foam go into the melting process and they get molded and melted together. So it's only constructed of 2 layers of thin fabric that's joined together with a spacer yarn. The woven is to create an airflow and light padding, so it does kind of cover the headlights. Check it, and we have a diagram below that actually shows the diagram of the spacer fabric. The spacer fabric is actually a very premium fabric. It is very expensive fabric to work with. It's designed to keep you feeling fresh, breezy because of its breathability. You get a smooth, supported finish of a t-shirt bra that added the light feel of that spacer fabric. Because it is so thin, literally, if I hold up my Sally bras, so here, if you hold up the Abby, which I'll show you guys in a minute, because you guys can't see me because I'm sharing my screen on this one, but I want you to take out a Sally bra and an Abby bra, do them in the same size, feel the difference. The Sally bra is considerably lighter. By the way, I'm also going to tell you, when I was going to my Weight Watcher meetings, because they shut down my Weight Watcher meeting place that I used to go to, I always wore the Sally bra or the Emma bra because it weighed less. little secret for weigh-in days. Anyways, but it is considerably lighter weight than the Abby, okay? And so it is lightweight, but it molds really well. It creates a great shape. Like I said, that lady that I put that in, she was a 36E. She looked perfect in it. It's perfect for women who want a molded style, but don't want the added bulk of any padding, don't want to compromise on their support. So the Sally comes in 30 band sizes, where the Abby does not come in those sizes. And it comes in E through G, and then 32 goes D to H cup. And then 34 to 38 is C through H, and then C through G cup in 40, and D through F in the 42. We currently just have it in the buff. We didn't have it in almond spice at one time, but that's sold out. It is normally $79. And during March, it is $50 in the buy more, save more. So now here's that diagram that I'm trying to show you. So here it is, where you can see those 2 layers of fabric and then that yarn. And then, so I'm going to close this, stop share. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. Where's the stop share at? Stop share. Okay, stop share. Okay, so now I just want to show this to you guys. This considerably weighs a lot more than this bra. Same size, and it does weigh more if you take one out. Okay, so this is what's really cool. I don't know if you'll see it, but if you just take one, that if you have one for your kit, if you don't, I would actually recommend buying one. You can actually see the engineering in that fabric and see how this stretches. See this? It's also forgiving for like women that get the little bit of a boob bubble with the Abby. The Abby's not forgiving. This is forgiving, okay? Because it literally can go over there and you don't get that as much boob bubble, okay? So now I want to show you guys, if you guys can all see my little model here, okay? This is a 34E and a 34E Abby underneath, okay? I want to show you the cup is exactly the same. The underwire is a little bit more offset, just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see this. Here's the Abby underwire. Can you see this? And here's the Sally. So it just a little bit further back here, but it doesn't have a stay, where the Abby has the stay right here. The wing is about the same right there. The coverage is exactly the same. The strap placement is exactly the same. Everything, it lines completely up with everything, okay? Now, when you go in the back, it's kind of where you see a little bit of the difference. You have not quite the full back of the Luxe Abby, because here it is. See, that's the core Abby. So you have a little bit more on the coverage when you come back here, because you have the 3 hook. So you have just a little bit more. And then she's right about the straps. You have more room on the straps if someone's really tall or really short to go either way with it. So she's right. There's a lot more leverage in this, okay? But I wanted to kind of show you. Here it is. I have this one is a 36E and a 36E, okay? And if I line them up, again, underwires are pretty much the same thing, maybe a little bit different, just it's offset just a little bit different. I don't know if you can see this, okay? But the cup is exactly the same, maybe a little bit more coverage, just a little bit. I think it just gives you a little bit more above here, because the Abby cup is down here. I don't know if you can see that. So it does go a little bit higher. Here, let me do it this way. I put the black on top of the buff. You can actually see we do get just a tad bit more coverage. Not much, but enough to kind of, help with that boob bubble. How many of you seen that boob bubble in Abby? Like even like your customer, you fit her and she looked great, and all of a sudden you notice you're like having lunch with her and you're like, oh, she got a little bit of boob bubble, that kind of thing. The Sally has just a little bit more coverage. And by the way, the Emma has even more full coverage. Emma has been one of my favorite bras, but we'll do that at another call. Today, I really just want to talk about the Sally bra and who it's for. And so you listen for those clues. If they really are frustrated with how snug that Abby is, put them in the Sally. And like, and by the way, add a few to your kit, just add a couple sizes. I think I carry a 34. I try to do this kind of the smaller sizes, like 34D, 34E, 36D, 38E. I don't have any 32s, I think, but I have like 4 to 6 of them, just so that I can sister size if I have to and put it on there. And it literally is a great way to save a sale. And that's another thing. So if someone calls you, and even though you tell them when you're putting them in the Abby, this is my sample, it's tried on many times. So when you get yours, it's going to be brand new, fresh from the factory. And oh, by the way, you have to adjust your straps because they're going to come at the factory settings. You still get that phone call. Oh my gosh, it's so tight, I can't breathe. And you want to save the sale. I would recommend the Sally. And the Sally is not something that comes back. And like, it's very low on our return rate. And that's another thing I like to ask somebody, do you like a snug fit? I mean, ask them. Because like, if I measure somebody between a 34 and a 36, I tell them like, you're in between a 34 and a 36. What are you more comfortable with? They tell me a 36. I'm like, I go with the 36. I don't want to force somebody into something that I know is going to come back. So I try to always, it's all about the fit, but it's also all about using your ears when you're working with the customer to find out what she likes. What does she prefer? And if she says, I don't like anything snug, then you know what? The Sally might be the bra for her. So does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, Carrie, I just posted a question. So because of the forgiveness, do you size down a band for the
No, I keep
Sally?
her exactly the same. I
Okay.
keep them exactly the same. If she is telling you she can't breathe, I love that one. I really can't breathe. I'm like, oh my God, you really can breathe, but okay. But we get a little dramatic, don't we? You guys don't know. And by the way, we have Lisa on here. Lisa, you're number 2 in the company for Sally sales. So just FYI, Lisa's on here too. Her and Jessica seem to sell those babies like there's no tomorrow. Hey,
Yeah,
Lisa.
I do not. But the ones I have sold in my own Sally is the same size.
Yes, it's exactly, you guys can see this. I'm literally putting her, it's exactly the same size. It just doesn't have the tactile fabric, which is the brand name of the fabric that's inside the Abby, which is what Anne referred to as the muscle fabric. This does have a muscle fabric. It's just not the same as the tactile, which is really strong. Okay, so I keep them exactly whatever I measured them in the Abby, I put them in the Sally. They're usually very happy. We rarely, if you ask Chris and my returns department, Chris and Cassie,
Right.
they'll tell you never comes back. The Abbies come back all the time.
Carrie, I have something to add.
Yeah.
I am driving.
Yes. I love your pink.
Thank you. It's my brand color, when I work at these boutiques, I'm like, that's my brand color. I have to get that. So what I say to my customers, and that's why I'm number 2 in the company, is I'm out here in Idaho. They haven't had EBW in 20 years, so they don't even know what a bra is out here. So the Abby is too much too fast for these girls who are wearing their grandma's bras. It's like, oh, my grandma just gave me this bra. This is what I'm dealing with. So I'm just wearing that. And of course, it's ridiculous. So I can assess, you know what, the Abby is too much too fast, but later they will probably want an Abby because they'll like how they look. So that's why I'm selling so many. So I call my Abby the structured bra. Are you ready for this structure? Are you ready? Do you want to be this perky? And a lot of them, I can just assess that are not ready. And that's why I'm selling so many Sallys. And yes, I rarely get a Sally to come back. I do get my Abbies because it's too much too fast for our people that are just getting into sometimes their first real bra. Serious, I call it a training bra because they got a whole cup under their arm. They got to train into the cup. And so, I kind of said it like that. And then I think in the following year, they do transition to that Abby. So it's a nice transitional bra is how I say that to my customers. And I offer it every time.
You know, that is exactly the perfect way. It's like the training bra. It's like,
Right.
you know, you've been wearing your Walmart special or your Soma special or whatever. You're lucky, by the way, whoever said that they put them in Soma, you're lucky because at least they actually knew what a good bra is.
Right.
There is, I love it when someone tells me I'm wearing my dead grandmother's bra. I'm like, what? Like, I mean, you have that too. And it's like, most people have not heard of us. Did you guys know that? Most people. So it isn't just people in Idaho. People don't know who we are and what a good bra can do for you. I like that. Are you ready for the full structure? You know, then this is it. This is a great one. But this is the first bra I would put you in to guide you into our best-selling bra. It really, truly, I mean, if you go to our returns department, it's mounds and mounds of Abby's. Mounds. They come back.
Yes.
What you will never see in that pile is a Sally bra. Or I'm going to
So-
say a Hadley bra either. It doesn't come back either.
Right. So can we have the Sally in black? That's the next question.
Oh, well, girls, we still are working on selling down our almost $7 million worth of inventory in-house. So girls, we got to keep moving that. So if we can keep the Sally moving and keep the Paytons moving and keep all that stuff, then yes, we can bring in more stuff. But right now, and I'm like, I brought in the color that apparently I didn't know that I was bringing in. And somebody just told me tonight that we're bringing in a new color the next week. Michelle, like, letting me know that. No, just kidding. Okay. But anyways, but that is something that I would actually like to see more Sallys. I'm starting, and again, you guys, I haven't been out on the road in a gazillion years. This past year, I've been out on the road fitting and measuring, which I'm actually really glad that I'm doing it because then I'm hearing what you guys are hearing. I'm hearing exactly the same thing. These ladies during the pandemic, they weren't just wearing their grandmother's bra, they weren't even wearing a bra at all. I'm like, so it's breaking them back into just getting back out into society of wearing a bra again. Or wearing, or what did one lady have on, you guys? I'll never forget. She had on a shelf cami. I'm like going, I got her thinking, I think she was a 32F. And I'm like, maybe a 32G. And she was wearing a shelf cami. You guys know what I'm talking about? The cami with the built-in shelf bra. So we're just trying to get them back into bras. And if we baby step it into them, like what Lisa said, then let's baby step into them. And then maybe next time around when you fit them again, they're going to be ready for the Abby and they're not going to be so shocked about how the Abby is so structured. And you can see it actually lines up completely with that. Okay. So anyways, so I thought let's just do a product spotlight tonight and talk about the fit, because this is some of the stuff that I've been seeing and I've been hearing from customers. And again, talking to my returns department, and he's like, Sally's never come back. They never come back. He's like, look at my pile of Abby's here. And of course, you know, when they come back, he has to like puff and fluff them all and put them back out on the shelf. And so he loves to see the Sallys go out because he knows that he doesn't have to worry about them coming back. So anyways, no, not the ruby ribbon. I'm talking, she had one on probably from Walmart that, you know, I'm talking about the ones, the cotton ones. I mean, I would be happy to see her in the ruby ribbon one, then at least she has some structure to what she was wearing. But no, I'm talking just the cotton one with the little spaghetti strap. Yeah, no support at all. Okay, ladies, I'm so glad you guys tuned in tonight, and I'm glad that I had Lisa on here. She is number 2. You and Jessica are like killing the Sally sales. And you guys, $50 is such a great deal. And you can get 3 bras for $150. That is a quick sale to do, and no returns. No returns. Okay.
Carrie,
Anyway, yeah,
what size would you say that we should carry in our kit again?
I
of the
did.
Sally's?
Hang on one second. This was what I pulled this out of my kit. So I have a 36E, a 34E. Hang on. I kind of took our best sellers. I decided to start doing it because I kept hearing them say that about the Abbey. So I did a 36F. And a 38, oh, and a 36D. So I did 36D, E, and F. And I did a 38D, E, and F. And then I have a 34D and a 34E. So I pulled out just our best sellers. But if I were you, I'd probably do, if you're gonna do 4,
Mhm.
if you do a 36D, can be a 34E. Okay, so I'm just kind of like trying to explain it to you. I would probably do a 36D, a 38E, and maybe grab a 34 in there too, because the little ones always seem to be the ones that complain. So like maybe a
Yeah.
34 band. But your 36D and E and your 38D and E are our best selling sizes. So that just gives you an
Okay.
idea.
Super, thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in tonight. I can't wait for you guys to see the color on Monday. I love seeing the guesses that are happening out there. I think that is so much fun to see all the different guesses that people are saying. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. You know, this group of bras was supposed to be last fall, but if you remember, the heaven came in so late that I'm just like, no, we have to push it off. So we pushed it off until this year. So this is a little delayed in the announcing of the color, but I'm still, no matter what, excited to have it. And it is really a beautiful, beautiful color. And it's not blue. I'm just gonna tell
Carrie?
you, yeah,
Carrie, can I add to that?
yeah.
I've never done the clues before, so I did it with my team, but then I did it with my VIP group, which I have 400 in, and
Woo!
my phone blew up. And they're like, I'm going to give them a piece of athleisure wear, whoever guesses the closest, because I earn that with my newbies, because 100% of my clients are newbies, so I get some athleisure wear. And people are all over, so excited about the clues. So if you haven't posted those on your VIP group, it's an amazing way. And they're like, by the way, I actually need a Peyton, or I need, you can get a sale through that guessing game. But all I did is say you get a free athleisure wear who's ever closer, and I'm getting 20 to 30 posts a day of people guessing. It's kind of fun, and so if you haven't done that yet, use the clues. It's
Totally
been
easy
really
to do
good.
that on your VIP
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anne has it down pat. Like if she knows when the post is going to be out there, and if it's 10 minutes late, she's asking me where it's at. And because Anne turns
Right.
around and she does the same thing. She puts it back and she goes, my group is going crazy,
Yeah. 9:30 a.m. ladies.
Good.
So
Yep, that's
yeah.
right.
But I'm excited. I think it'll be
Fun.
really fun. You guys, I
Me
will
too.
post this out on Bra Ladies in the Know, the little Sally Spacer bra thing. And you guys, it's just a little information to help you feel a little bit more comfortable talking about our other styles. And I'm going to kind of keep bringing another style in to talk about it and who I'm selling it to. And, then I love getting my top sellers in here to talk about who they're selling it to and how they're doing it. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were here. And I'll bring them on too, so that we can talk about it, because we have great products, ladies. We truly have amazing products. So let's get out there and let's rock out March. And I can't wait to see you guys' expressions on Monday when we announce it. So, okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye,
Carrie.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.